Hey guys, this is Lindsay with Vinyl Gallery and welcome back to my channel. This is the very first tutorial for 2025, so Happy New Year to all of you who follow us and thank you for tuning back in. In today's tutorial, we'll be making this Peekaboo teal and pink glitter tumbler. If you like what you see and you want to know how we made it, just stay tuned. Again, welcome back to our channel. Happy New Year for 2025. I am so happy to be back crafting and in my craft room. Now, I've already sanded and prepped this tumbler and I've given it 2 coats of flat white paint from Rust-Oleum. I've already mixed up 5 milliliters of Flynn Sisters Boutique Fast Set Epoxy, and I'm going right in, and this time I normally don't apply the entire 5 milliliters, but because I'm using a chunky mix, I'm going to apply the entire 5 milliliters of epoxy, and I'm going to give it a good pat to get some ripples in it so that I don't leave any streaks in my epoxy. Yes, I know I still have not named this glitter, but this is a chunky iridescent mix from 4K Glitter Co. That is our glitter line. I'm going to do better for 2025 with naming my glitters, but in the meantime, this is a iridescent hot pink. I'm just going to go right in and I'm going to glitter the bottom rim and the top rim fully, and then I'm going to go all in with this glitter over the entire tumbler. Once I have coated the entire tumbler with this glitter, I'm going to give it a couple of quick taps with my scissors, and I'm going to go right in with this ultra fine glitter from Peachy Olive Glitter in the name of Pearl, and I'm just going to fill in any gaps that may be left by the chunky mix. Now, Pearl is a sort of a coral / hot pink ultra fine mix, and I'm hoping that it will give it some dimension once I fill in all the gaps and the holes that may be left behind with the chunky mix. After I get the ultrafine glitter on, I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper and I'm just going to flatten and roll the entire tumbler, trying to make sure that all of the glitter is laying as flat as possible to prevent extra sanding when I go into epoxy. I'm going to set this to the side to cure for about 3 hours, and I'm going to go right in with Flynn Sister Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy with 2 coats. Now that we have 2 layers of epoxy on, I'm going to use an 80 grit sanding pad and I'm going to attach it via Velcro onto this palm sander that my husband bought me for Christmas. I really think he got tired of me using his and not putting it back where it belonged, so he bought me my very own. But this tool does save a lot of time and elbow grease when it comes to sanding. Now, I didn't have to do very much sanding because my glitter was flat when I applied my epoxy. However, I did end up with a wobbly fat bottom because my tumbler was not level. So always make sure that you are level before applying your coats of epoxy. But this tool does absolutely save a lot of time and sweat and tears. After I get done sanding the entire tumbler, I went in with my Dremel tool to just get me a fine line of stainless steel. Y'all be careful with this because it accidentally caught my glove and I was fighting for my life in here with this Dremel tool, but I'm okay. I just go back in with a sanding block and knock down any extra pokey bits that I have, and I will wash it off at the sink with dish soap and water, and we'll be ready for the next steps. Now that we have a clean and sanded tumbler, we are ready to apply our stencils for the Peekaboo. I'm using Starcraft stencil vinyl that we sell in our store, and it is by far my most favorite stencil vinyl to use. Now, if y'all know me, I am a silhouette girl. I've had a silhouette since 2016, but I decided to take the plunge and buy a Cricut because I had customers asking me questions about how to use it. So I am still very much learning how to use my Cricut, and it is a journey to say the least. But I was able to cut 3 different sizes of hearts with my Cricut, and I'm just going to apply them randomly all over this tumbler. Now, I normally don't use all of my stencils, but I definitely wanted my pink glitter to show through on this tumbler, so I did end up using everything that I cut out for this Peekaboo. Once I get all of my stencils applied, I'm going to go outside and use Ocean Mist and Rust-Oleum's White for a quick ombre, let that dry for about 30 minutes, and then I'll go right in with my Southern Belle foil adhesive to apply my glitter. I absolutely love the Southern Belle foil adhesive. I use it for pretty much everything, but it is absolutely perfect when you are doing the tack it method. To apply the Southern Belle foil adhesive, I'm just using a flat paintbrush and I'm applying a thin coat all the way around the tumbler, trying my best not to have streaks. You'll know that it's dry because it dries clear and it is super, super tacky. Most times I just use my heat gun to try to speed up the process, and now we're ready to move right into the glittering process. I'm going to start with my lightest glitter color first, and this is Fairy Dust from 4K Glitter. I thought this was the 0.015 cut, but it's actually the 0.008. I really could have taken this glitter and poured it all over the tumbler. Because it is an opal, the green would have shown through anyway, but I was trying to be a little extra, and I decided to ombre that same exact color. I'm using 10, 12, 13 from Peachy Olive Glitter, and we're going to go right in on the rim, and we're going to ombre 10, 12, 13 into Fairy Dust. Once I get done with 10, 12, 13, I'm going to go right back in and I'm going to finish ombreing with Fairy Dust again, letting it fall into the green glitter just to make sure that I have a blended look. Once I have all of my glitter applied, I'm going to take a gloved hand and now I'm going to start burnishing the glitter down, trying to get it as flat as possible, knocking off any excess, and I'm going to do this first in the green glitter and then I'm going to move into the white. Now this step is definitely a process and you do have to use quite a bit of elbow grease, but keep going because the end result is going to definitely be worth it. Now for me, I prefer the 0.015 or the fine cut when I'm doing the tack it method. Anything smaller like the 0.008 cut always seems to find any line or streak that I left behind in my glue, so I tend to typically stay away from that size cut when I am doing the tack it method, but I was able to not have that problem this time on this tumbler. Once I had all of my glitter laid flat, I went outside and gave it 2 quick coats of the 2x clear gloss Rust-Oleum spray, and now we are ready to remove the stencils to reveal our peekaboo. I think this is my absolute favorite part of any peekaboo, and that is removing the stencils. Now because I did go outside and sealed my tumbler with 2x Rust-Oleum clear gloss spray and I used stencil vinyl, I never have an issue with any pulling or snagging of my glitter or paint layer. Now just because that has been working so far does not mean that I am exempt from having that issue going forward. That has just worked for me so far. Now this is what we have so far after we've removed all of our stencils. I did remember to remove the one I placed on the bottom, unlike last time, but now we're ready for our next coats of epoxy. I've mixed up 20 milliliters of the Flynn Sister Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy, and I'm just going to apply a thin layer on this tumbler because I will be using some of this extra epoxy to add in some chunky glitter just to give it a little bit more shimmer and sparkle. I'll be using Crocodile Tears from the Glitter Zoo for the extra added glitter, and according to one of my mentors, Vanessa Davis from VMD Designs, she says that it's always okay to be extra, so when in doubt, add more glitter. Once my epoxy has leveled out, I'm just going to take my torch and pop any bubbles that may have risen to the surface, and I'm going to sit this to the side while I work on my decals. This layer will take about 3 to 4 hours to cure. So, because it is Valentine's, we're going to put a quote that says, "All you need is love" on this tumbler. I did find this decal on Creative Fabrica. I'll be sure to leave a link for Creative Fabrica in my description box in case you want to try it. Their subscriptions are very, very affordable, and you get millions and millions of fonts and designs for one low price per month. This vinyl, along with my decal, is from Teckwrap Craft. This is the Pearl Shimmer White Adhesive Vinyl, and it is absolutely by far one of my favorite vinyls from Teckwrap Craft. Now, if you find a heart that you like, I would be sure to save the insides of the heart because I'm only using the outline, but I wasn't too thrilled about how the inside looked once I weeded it, so I did get rid of those, but most of the time I will use those extra pieces for other projects. Now, if you would like to try teckwrap craft, I'll leave a link in the description box for that as well. But you cannot go wrong with this vinyl. I use it for pretty much everything. So in my haste, I forgot to record the offset that I did, but I did use teckwrap craft as well. This is another pink pearl adhesive vinyl from them, and I just layered it and applied it to my tumbler. No, I did not measure like I should have, but I promise y'all, this decal is level and straight on this tumbler. Now I'm going to go right in with applying the hearts. They are not offset, so they do not match the hearts that I have on there. They're just really cute shaped hearts. I did do a couple of different shapes and sizes, and I'm just going to apply those all over the tumbler as well. Now, a pro tip for this teckwrap vinyl, use the vinyl transfer paper that goes with this, because I did struggle with this one that I'm using right here from Amazon. Teckwrap does make one for this vinyl and it's extra tacky, so use that one. Once I got all of my vinyl placed, I did go in with Adhesive Apothecary's binding potion, and I just sealed my vinyl in to keep it from lifting while the epoxy is curing. I did go in and apply 2 final coats of the Flynn Sister Supply Shop Artist Cure, and this is the final result. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into our channel, and thank you for watching this video as well. I'll try to list everything that I used in the description box below. If you like what you saw, make sure you give us a huge thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'll do my very best to answer any questions that you may have or respond to any comments that you leave in the comment section. Until next time, bye.